Nation, we are back. Let's get it. Yo, salute to everybody already here in the building, man. You guys know what time it is. Welcome to the latest installment of Coffee and Convo, but we like to do this thing a little differently here when we have one of our brothers in the building, you know, the Graphk and Hammer show. I am one part host of the show, the other Hammer's house. What's good, bro?
What's good, everybody? Salute to the nation. Your tribal chief is here. Do me a favor, y'all. Do me a favor.
Acknowledge me.
You are acknowledged, kind sir. Also, salute to the greatest chat in YouTube history. You guys are acknowledged as well. Make sure you get those likes up, man. Pay your bar tabs, wipe your feet, break your thumbs, all that good stuff that Shield More likes to say. Also, hit that subscribe button on both channels. If you guys are on Twitter, we salute you guys. If you want to get involved in the chat, jump over to YouTube. OLV Raiders Network, Hammer's over there as well, man. Make sure you guys subscribe and get interactive with your boys on the YouTube side of things. Our brother's been gone for a little minute, man. They took your wisdom from you, son. They took your wisdom, son. What you been doing, man?
I feel a hell of a lot better this morning. Go figure. Like, and salute to the nation, man. Like, I put the post up on Twitter. I put the post in the community post on YouTube. The well wishes, the prayers, everybody, we're going to miss you. Get your ass back here quickly. Thank you, guys. Thank you for all those that reached out. Really appreciate y'all from the bottom of my heart. I always say, like, none of this is possible with this channel without each and every single one of y'all. So thank you, guys.
There you have it, man. Salute to Raider Ryan, Dan78. I see Green Dot Gang is heavy in the building. If you guys want to become members as well, hit the links on both sides. It definitely helps us keep the lights on over here at Shieldmore. There's a lot to talk about today. We're going to talk about an interesting linebacker that we're bringing in for a visit. And we were talking about this behind the scenes, little bro. I'm kind of excited about this. We're going to talk about free agency, you guys. I know a lot of people are kind of upset that we haven't been really that active, AKA haven't been paying massive amount of money to average players. Right. I mean, we're going to talk about that here soon, but we're also going to talk about fit and with some of these free agents available out there. There are a few interesting names, you guys, at positions of need that I'm definitely interested in taking a look at or taking a flyer on, because essentially, LeBron, it makes sense, right? New regime. They want to bring in these guys on these short-term deals to see if they fit, you know, the mold of what they're looking for, specifically on the defensive side of the ball. And we're going to talk about that here as well. Salute to Ant, my dog, gifting 5 OLV Raiders Network memberships. Ant, my brother, we appreciate you so much. As always, man, you always come through and bless the channels. Salute to you. And I'm also, you guys, going to be going to the Big 12 Pro Day tomorrow. For those who are not familiar, it is at the Star, Dallas Tech, well, Frisco, Texas, technically. Shador will be throwing the ball tomorrow. We will get a chance to see Devin Neal, the running back from Kansas. Kobe Bryant, corner, Kansas. There's going to be a lot of talent out there. Jimmy Horn Jr. If you guys are local in the area, Frisco, Texas, it is open to the public. So you do not have to have credentials, media, and all that other stuff. ESPN will be there. I think it's a 3-day thing. It starts today, but they're going to start the actual workouts and stuff tomorrow. So I believe tomorrow's O-line. I'll go over that later on, but and then Shador will be throwing the football, I believe, Thursday. So if you're in the area, Frisco, Texas, pull up to the Star. I will be over there trying to get as much footage as I can and try and get some interviews and all that good stuff and try to upload on the channel. So stay tuned for that. So let's get to it, you guys. An interesting name out there that we're bringing into the fold. Well, bringing in for a visit. Christian Ellis, former Philadelphia Eagle, former New England Patriot, 6'2", 231, 26 years old. If you go take a look at this kid, man, this could be an interesting pickup for our Raiders, man. Sideline to sideline kind of guy. The New England Patriots do have a first refusal because he is a restricted free agent. So it's kind of interesting to see that we're bringing him in. Looks like we maybe will throw him an offer, but New England has the right to pretty much, pay him a little bit more and bring him back into the fold. Salute to Mike Rice, I believe. The Raiders hosted Patriots restricted free agent Christian Ellis on a visit, which could be an indication they're considering an offer sheet. The Raiders lost Robert Spillane and Divine Diablo in free agency, and we signed a Landon Roberts from the Steelers. Mike Rice puts it out that Morons Patriots plan to tender restricted free agent Christian Ellis at the right of refusal level. It is $3.6 million. Would not receive any compensation if he signs an offer sheet elsewhere if the Patriots don't match it, as he entered NFL as an undrafted free agent. This is a guy that hasn't had a ton of production, at the NFL level. He played in 16 games last year, started in 6, had a pick. Also, 1 forced fumble last year, 5 passes defensed, a fumble recovery as well. What do you think about this, man? He fits the trajectory, the timeline. The measurable 6'2", what would we say, 230?
Yeah.
This is the guy I would take a flyer on to bring in to add some value to that linebacker room.
Well, for the record, we didn't lose Divine Diablo.
Well, you know what I mean.
We were never bringing him back.
No, never.
And rightfully so.
And Atlanta paid him like a starter, which is crazy, but
crackhead prices.
Yeah.
As it pertains to Christian Ellis, we were talking about it off air. This is a guy that you can put. He could play either inside or the outside, depending on what our defensive scheme is going to be moving forward.
Mm-hmm.
When we talked about it, I said I was kind of iffy because I was looking in terms of how many games played. But the last 2 years, he played in 16 games for 2 consecutive seasons. Now, again, undrafted guy, but look, there's plenty of guys in this league now that have gone undrafted, and a lot of them have turned out to be some studs in the NFL.
One just got a $37 million deal from the New England Patriots.
Like a lot of them have surprised a lot of people when they've had the opportunities presented to them. So I think at this point for me, UDFAs is really not a thing anymore, especially if these guys earn those spots and put in that work. It is another piece that we need, most definitely. And we are going, as we go later on into the show today, we're going to talk about other free agent needs that we need and what guys we think can fill this roster moving forward. But I would not mind taking the flyer on them. Like, who do we have on our depth chart right now? We have Bernie, Gaynor, Eichenberg. Who else is there?
We got a Landon. And then
I feel like our linebacking room is kind of thin right now.
Yeah, Divine left, Spill left. Luke Masterson is a free agent. We can use some depth there. We can definitely use some depth there, and this could be a potential. Some people may not want to hear it. It could be a potential starter, at the second level of this defense. So it's going to be interesting to see. But it sounds like we already had him in for a visit. So I don't know how this went. I don't know if there was an offer sheet presented. Yeah. We'll keep you guys updated here. But I like this. He fits, like I said, he fits the timeline of what we're trying to do. The measurables are there. He can get active in coverage and not only in the ground game, but once again, he's a two-way player. He can do both. I'm not here to say, you guys, that he's like an all-pro cover guy, but he hasn't really been afforded the luxury of really going out there and getting real live bullets. With Philadelphia in 2021 as a UDFA, played in 1 game. Year 2 in Philly, played in 6 games. Year 3, played in 12 games. Then he started, getting a little bit more. New England played 4 games, started in none.
Yeah, between Philly and New England, I think that was 22, if I remember correctly.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Total like 15, 16 games.
Yes.
So look, clearly durability is there. That's not a problem. Regardless if it was just he was out there primarily on special teams, because you had said he started like 6 games.
Yeah.
So it is what it is. Again, it's a body for us. Realistically, it's another piece for us to add to this roster right now.
Facts. Salute to Rodrigo on becoming a member as well. We appreciate you, family. Don't know what channel it is, but we salute you so much.
I think somebody gifted. That's why.
Jason in the building as well. Gifting 5 Raider Nation News Today memberships. My brother, thank you so much. As always, my guy and family of the channel. Salute to my guy, Jason Hunter. If you guys want to become members, hit the link. It's pinned up top. Definitely. We appreciate every single one of you guys. Yeah, I mean, Big T, this is the thing, right? I mean, there are some starter level guys out there.
There are.
Let's not act as though if we went and got Mike Hilton, even at 31 years old right now, he wouldn't start in the slot for us, even over Darnay Holmes, who we brought back on a 1-year deal. Mike Hilton has been a veteran who has started a ton of football games at the NFL level. I'm not here to act as though this guy is going to be an all-pro there because he's never been.
But are we going to sit here and say a free agent like James Bradbury isn't a starter? Are we going to say a guy like CJ Mosley, linebacker, isn't a starter?
Even coming off those injuries, and not playing a ton of games the last 2 seasons, you're signing him to be essentially a starter.
Are you going to say Von Miller, even though he's a vet? Are you going to say starter?
He'll be a rotational guy at this point. Clear passing downs. I don't see Von being that guy even if we brought him in starting opposite of Max, he's not going to start over Malcolm Kuntz. I think at this point in his career, I think Von understands that, Father Time is catching up and he'll be a rotational guy. That doesn't mean he won't get 6 to 7 sacks a season. I mean, he can still go out there and be very productive, but I don't think Von's going to start. And I don't think Bradbury would start, little bro, to be honest. I
got a question for you because I saw the news the other day that the Chargers went and got Mekhi Becton. I know you were pissed. I saw the tweet you put out there.
I was more pissed about the Chargers getting him.
No, I know.
You know what I mean? Yeah.
What is
the Raider Ryan as well?
Oh shit, Raider Ryan. Thank you, brother.
There you go. Salute to my guy Ryan.
Sheriff. What do you think about bringing him in? Another guard, another piece that we need.
Veteran.
Would you consider it?
What's that market value look like? Do you know?
I'll tell you. I got you 2 seconds.
You bring that up while I salute all the new members in the building, man. Salute the Trojan as well. My God, we appreciate you guys so much, man. You guys are the best.
6.6.
6.6? Have no issue with that.
Okay.
But honestly, at the guard spot, I would rather, and this is just, I'd rather get younger there. I know that we already have Parham. I know we have Jordan Meredith, who's not technically super young, but he's still fairly young, right? We got some younger guys. I don't want to do the Andres Peak, Cody Whitehair thing this year. Two vet guys. I feel like Sheriff and Alex Kappa is that move. Go get a young guard in this year's draft and develop him. I honestly would rather do that. I have no, if we brought him in, I'm not mad, but he's up there in age. Isn't he like 34, 35 years old?
35. I'm looking at like a lot of the offensive linemen seem to have like that longevity too. Like you got guys who will play until their late 30s that are offensive linemen, but like you're talking about Meredith. I think Meredith realistically right now, and this isn't a knock on him because I do like Meredith as an offensive lineman.
What is he, 27 years old, something like that?
Who?
I think.
Meredith?
Yeah.
I think he's like 27, but I think Meredith is a guy right now as it stands. He's going to be the backup. He's going to be the backup behind. He's going to be backup to JPJ. Yeah,
I can see that. I mean, he's a body that you can move around on the O-line. He can play guard. He can do all that. So yeah. I love that we are retaining Jordan Meredith, especially for the deal. I mean, wasn't he like a ER? I forgot what that deal looked like. It was like $1 million.
It wasn't shit.
Yeah, it's nothing. Westwood, I'm not against that. That is a guy that is very familiar with Kelly, won a national championship out there with him. And, I think Donovan could be a phenomenal guard at the next level, depending on where you get him. And I think he'll be available there in the second round. Shit, Donovan may be available in the third, to be honest. Look, and if he's there, I have no issue with that. I have no issue with that at all. But once again, we have a lot of versatile guys on this whole line. We do. Like, where does Mumford fit in the grand scheme of things? Does DJ Glaze, what if we went and got the kid out of Missouri there at 6? Hammer, he's your right tackle of the future. Do you move Glaze in at guard? Like, there's so many moves that we can make.
Take him to the inside. If you think that dude is a better fit at the right tackle position over Glaze, kick Glaze to the inside.
Yeah.
I got no problem with that.
Have no issue with that. You know what I mean? But we shall see. Yes, Hor, we will definitely be doing a live mock today. I already have it up on the backdrop. We are good to go on that end, brother. Salute. Yeah, Joseph, look, 1.06. It's nothing. It's nothing, man. For a guy that showed that he could be a starter at the NFL level if need be. He looked good out there last year. Not against that at all. TN08 says Mumford at guard. Hey, man, played both at Ohio State, right? You can move him around.
I feel like Mumford is like fighting for a spot at this point. I feel like he's been fighting for it since last season.
Well, he got an injury yesterday, lost his job, or last season, lost his job to Glaze. So I don't think he's going to get that spot. And I don't know if you've seen it, but Pete Carroll's praised DJ Glaze as well. I'm not saying that he's just going to give him the job. You know what I'm saying? But at this point, it looks like Glaze, if football started tomorrow, you guys, he's all right tackle. Yeah. So, and this is facts, man. Glaze stood his ground at right tackle. Factory, man. Foxdale, I definitely do too. This is a guy that is still only 24 years old, phenomenal talent. He's played in two really, really bad situations with the Jets and Cleveland. I would definitely take a look at Elijah Moore if we could. But essentially there are other teams out there that probably will bring him in on an inexpensive deal, and he fits kind of what they got going on. Elijah Moore at this point, and I'm not beating up on him. He's at best a wide receiver too.
Yes.
Coming out of college, I thought that he was going to be a number one guy somewhere, but he hasn't because of the quarterback situation. So everybody keeps saying we need a wide receiver one. And I love Elijah Moore, but does it make sense to bring him in if he's going to be that? And if we do get a wide receiver 2 or 3, you're looking at a big body guy that you could put on the boundary of X, like a Keenan Allen or one of those type of guys. Or you take a flyer on a Stephon Diggs, who has been a wide receiver one his entire career, but we don't really know coming off of that torn ACL. But what do you have, like almost 500 yards receiving last year in like 8 games? He was on his way to another 1,000-yard season.
Yeah, that's not bad at all.
Yeah, man. So, and Expo, I talked about this the other day. Like you like Sincere, I like Ramel Keaton. I put it on Twitter the other day. I said, I would love to see Ramel, Keaton be the guy. Big body, Tennessee. We signed him. Didn't we sign him to like a 2-year deal?
Something like that. And what's crazy is like going into that last preseason game, he was looking like straight dog shit. And then at the end, like his number was called and it was catch after catch. I was like, oh, where was this the whole game? Okay, he's a piece here.
He was looking a little scary, and once again, coming in from Tennessee, he was a UDFA, and you're thinking, okay, it's going to take a little time for this guy to get adjusted to the speed of the game. But he looked like he was afraid of contact. He was quitting on his routes, and the next thing you know, boom, he started catching everything. And I'm like, oh shit, okay, Ramil may have something here. You know what I mean? So, but we did. I think we signed him to a 2-year deal, I believe. You know what? I'm gonna look that up. I could be wrong, but I swear we signed him to a 2-year deal in the offseason. Let me look. Ramel Keaton's contract. We have him. Yeah. So he has we signed him to a deal last year, and then he has a cap hit of $960,000 this year. So he'll be an ERFA next year. So I mean, he's still under contract. So we'll see what that looks like. Salute, man, to Pace as well, my God. From what I've heard from Pete's own words, since being hired, dominant run game, dominant defense, and he said he doesn't need a star quarterback, but an efficient one. That's why I don't see them taking a quarterback at 6. And I have to agree with you, Pace. I don't think we do. Now, if let's just say Shador is there, maybe they have something to think about here. You know what I mean? But I'm with you. I don't think that they want to go that route this season. They already went and got a guy that they're going to invest heavily in, with Geno Smith. That contract should be done very, very soon, the extension. And then we have him for the foreseeable future. So essentially, you don't need a quarterback there at 6. So I agree with you. That's why I'm telling y'all now, and I know people don't want to agree with me, just go get Gene T there. Take the best running back. If you're going to ground and pound the football, go get the kid that can give you a ton of reps in the passing game and can be that guy. If people keep saying he could be the next LT, LaDainian Tomlinson, go get LaDainian Tomlinson at 6. Simple and plain. Salute to my guy, Pace. That's why I feel like if we do keep 6 and we don't move back, honestly, with Will Johnson, with that injury now, I think he's off the board there at 6. I don't think that's going to happen at all. With Adam Butler being retained, I don't think Graham essentially is a guy at 6. I think it's going to be O-line or it's going to be GT. Honestly, I do. I don't think McMillan is in need there. You can get a wide receiver later. I think they're going to build up the O-line there or go get GT at 6.
I think the way that this has been looking and the way that we were looking at things before in terms of at least our plan was get that quarterback in the first round. Second round would be like a 1A, 1B between a running back and an offensive lineman. And now we're in that situation for the first round. Like ultimately, yeah, we traded for a guy in Geno Smith who has had a very solid career with the Seahawks. The Jets and Giants, not so much. But he's been a guy that numbers-wise has been in the top in various categories.
Yeah.
I do think, as it stands right now, there's a good chance that Shedeur is going to end up going to the New York Football Giants because they are between Shane, between Dable, they are incredibly desperate to save their asses this season. They're probably going to go that route and get Shedeur with the 3rd overall pick. Now, for us as it stands, yeah, now we have that 1A, 1B with that 6th overall pick, and it's going to be between a running back and an offensive line. We have to build the trenches up as much as possible. But yes, 2 generational talents at the running back position in this draft between Amarion Hampton and Ginty. If Ginty's there, yeah, I'll pull the trigger on that. Round 2, then I'm going to look at the quarterback of the future if he's there. If Dart's there, I'll take the shot. If Dart's not there, do we move a little further? Do we go into round 3 and get somebody like Will Howard?
You know what? I think they go guard there in the 2nd round. I do. I mean, we could go wide receiver there. You can get your guy Trey Harris if he's available, which he very much can be out of Ole Miss. But honestly, Donovan Jackson was mentioned, right? There's some guys out there that can fall to the 2nd round because there's going to be runs, little bro, at positions. We know this, especially if GT goes at 6. I can see Amarion Hampton in the 1st round and potentially another team be a surprise team that can take another running back because of the boom, 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 boom. We know how this goes. There's runs at positions every single year.
Getting drafted in the 1st round. I'm telling you guys right now. And if, there's probably going to be people out there that don't want to hear it. And within the last 2 years, we talked about the running back value and how it was, in a sense, depreciated. Those free agents last year completely changed that mindset for everybody in the league. And getting a running back like that in the 1st round, you got a young guy on a rookie deal. You'll have that 5th-year option. Possibilities are endless on that cheap rate for a running back like that.
Bold take here, little bro.
Okay.
Raiders take GT 6. If we do, I can see Dallas, even with Miles Sanders and Javon Williams that they brought in, both veteran guys in free agency. They can take Amarion Hampton at 12 and keep an eye on Pittsburgh taking Caleb Johnson.
I could absolutely see that happening for the simple fact that, in my opinion, and I used to have a back and forth with one of my good friends about this as it pertained to Josh Jacobs and Miles Sanders. Miles Sanders is not it, man.
No.
What anybody says. Like, Jerry Jones is going to be Jerry Jones and spend, but not spend in the right places. He will find a way to get his running back in this draft, and it probably will be Amarion Hampton.
Yeah, and Dom, I know Pittsburgh needs a quarterback. I know they're still waiting right now to see what's going on with Aaron Rodgers. I mean, there's players already in Pittsburgh that are disgruntled. Like, bro, if either you want to be a Steeler or you don't. Simple and plain. Like, that's why there's a lot that is tied to this Aaron Rodgers situation. The Giants, the Steelers, there's Cleveland. Because if let's just say Aaron goes somewhere else and Cleveland takes Russell Wilson, Shedeur is he there at 2? I mean, are they taking him? Who's to say, right? Yeah. Then you look at the Giants there at 3. If they get Aaron Rodgers, which seems very unlikely at this point, it seems like it's between them and Pittsburgh. But if they don't, then Russ is probably going to the Giants. He just visited out there. So then do they take a quarterback there or one, like you said, the Baltimore, they want to compete now because their jobs are on the line. Like, so do they go Trav there at 3? So there's so much here, so much moving and shaking right now.
And the Giants have there's 3 free agent quarterbacks that they are visiting, 3 free agent quarterbacks that they're interested right now. It's Aaron Rodgers, Russell Wilson, and Jameis Winston.
Yes, Winston, a lot of talk with him. I see a lot of people mentioning the Vikings with Rodgers. Yes. I think that would be the team that he would like to go to, but I'm going to be honest. It sounds like the Vikings aren't in on that. I think that they're going in on J.J. McCarthy, bro. Honestly, as they should. He's a 1st-round pick I get if they're trying to go all in and win one now, it would make sense to bring in, even though he's over 40 years old, a guy that has won 4 MVPs and he's like 11-time Pro Bowl, all pro guy or some shit. But honestly, I don't think they're looking at Aaron Rodgers at this point.
I heard something about it early this morning, and the stance on that right now within the Vikings organization, that like pretty much everybody in there with this whole Aaron Rodgers talk, it's very, very much 50-50 right now with Aaron Rodgers.
There you go. Salute the Nab, man. Bros, I'm pretty happy with the move so far. Are you? Yeah, man, I am. I mean, look, we got our quarterback, Geno Smith. Once again, that Hammer stated, he's been atop of certain stats. I mean, let's just say this, you guys. As Raider fans, right? We've been waiting for an accurate quarterback. Geno is that. We've been waiting for a guy that can throw the football down the football field. Well, guess what? Geno has the arm to do that. Like, we've been waiting for a quarterback to have some type of mobility. Well, guess what? Geno Smith has the mobility to extend plays with his legs. Honestly, we got a quarterback that pretty much does everything that we've been asking for. Patrick Mahomes does not grow on trees, fellas. Joe Burrow does not grow on trees. Josh Allen does not grow on trees. We got a guy in Geno Smith that pretty much does everything that we've been waiting for one of our quarterbacks to do. So I'm not saying that Geno is a top 5 quarterback by any means, but at times he plays like a top 10 quarterback.
Yes.
You know what I mean? So if you can build around him, put some pieces in place like a GT, then you already have Brock Bowers in the building. You got a Jacoby and maybe Trey Tucker, who had 500 yards receiving last year, can even have a bigger, massive step forward this year with Geno being able to throw the ball. I mean, hey, man, look, we may be in for a ride on the offensive side of the ball. And I think, once again, our offensive line has been underappreciated by a lot of our fan base. I think that we do have a good line. We're only going to get better after the draft.
We talked about it. We really didn't talk about it in terms of his numbers over the last few years. I'll go back as far as 2022. Like, look, 69.8 completion percentage. He threw for over 4,200 yards, 30 touchdowns, 11 interceptions. 23, 64.7. He threw for over 3,600, 20 touchdowns, 9 interceptions. Last year was kind of the down year as a starter for them. Completion percentage was 70.4, not bad at all. He threw for over 4,300.
Yeah.
The touchdown interception ratio was the bad part. 21 touchdowns to 15 interceptions.
Okay, now if you go back and look at some of those picks, it was him throwing Hail Marys, just trying to make nothing out of something.
Yeah.
A few tip passes. Right. I'm not here to make any excuses up for Geno, but all those picks were not on him.
Right.
So just got to throw that out there. And once again, the 31st ranked offensive line with no ground game. They couldn't run the ball last year. It's going to happen. Sometimes we got to force the football. You know this, little bro. So salute to Ant. Yes, I did watch that. And once again, I love that Anthony mentioned this. He didn't play a ton early on with the Jets and other teams that he played for. So he does have – there's a lot of a tread left on those wheels, per se. I love it, Ant. Salute to you and salute to CGR. Appreciate that fire content. Salute to my guy CGR in the building, man. Love, bro. Salute to the one of the mob fathers himself, as my beautiful wife walks in. I'm about to hit the end button on this live right now. Hey.
It's Koala.
Nah, salute to CGR, my dog. Salute to the 1,200 people in the building. If you guys are on Twitter, Hammer's channel, my channel, it does not matter. Make sure you guys hit those likes, wipe them feet, man. Break those thumbs and hit that subscribe button if you guys are not subscribed yet. Sean, a lot of people have been asking me this, right? And there was a rumor that came out that New England was trying to get a 3rd-round pick for Joe Milton. I laughed about that on Twitter. I was like, the dude played against a bunch of backups in his first NFL game, beat Buffalo. Don't get it confused. But I mean, you're not going to get a 3rd-round pick for a former 6th-round guy. Maybe you can shoot for the moon here, but essentially you're probably going to get a 6th-round pick for him. I don't really know how you can get anything else better than that with a guy who had one game and one action at the NFL level. I don't see it.
Crazy.
But you know what, Sean? We have an extra few picks there. What do we have now? 3 picks and a 6th?
So how many we have?
Yeah, we got some comp picks. So
yeah, so we're at 13, 15, and 2.
Originally I thought 4, but we have 3, I think.
Well, you said in the 6th?
In the 6th. Yeah.
Yeah.
So At this point, I would give up a sixth. I'm not a Joe Milton fan, but honestly, if it was just for a sixth, I'd do it because now you have a backup that you can develop who I think would look good in Chip Kelly's system if you develop him. So I wouldn't be against giving up a sixth, but a fourth or a third, you are absolutely fucking bonkers to think that. And I know a lot of people think just because, Josh McDaniels drafted Aiden O'Connell that he would take him out there. I don't think that's true. I don't. But hey, it's not his team. It's still Vrabel's team at this point. And they got Drake May, and they truly don't need to trade Joe Milton. Honestly, I don't think that there's a reason for them to move him. If Drake gets hurt, they still have a terrible O-line out there, and they'll clean up there in the draft and try to build around, to protect Drake. But why would you move on from Joe Milton when you have a guy that is playing behind an O-line that is ass? I think you want to have a backup plan there. And I don't know, once again, if Aiden's going to be that guy for Josh McDaniels, regardless if you drafted him or not. Salute to Ryan. What do you think about bringing back Amari Cooper? It wouldn't be the sexiest move. He's still 30 years old, former, 5-time Pro Bowler.
Against it. Grav is against it because we talked free agents a couple of weeks ago, and he was against it when we went through that list.
I'll say this. Based off of what there's available left, Stephon Diggs, Amari Cooper, Elijah, more Keenan Allen. If they brought him in, honestly, I don't think they would, and I don't think it makes any sense at all. But if they did it, I'm not going to be mad. I still got a bunch of Amari Cooper jerseys right now, ready to go. But
somebody just asked to pull this up so they can see exactly where we stand in terms of our picks right now. So that's what we have right now, guys.
So those are those 3 6-round picks right there.
Yep.
13, 15, and 22.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So there you have it, you guys. Those are the picks. 6, 37, 68. We traded 1/3, the Devontae pick for Geno Smith. So we have 1/3 now. And then we picked up some additional comp picks as well. So there you have it. Easy mode. I'm not against that, man. To be honest, that may be my favorite option, not name Elijah Moore right now. It'd be Keenan Allen because he's a big body guy. All the back and forth barbecue chicken and him wearing the Raiders hat with the it would just make a lot of comedy within our division to bring in Keenan Allen. And he's still productive. Hammer, I think he had 750 yards receiving last year. And didn't he have 7 touchdowns?
Tell you in 2 seconds.
I could have swore he had somewhere in that 5 to 7 touchdown range. Cider, Keenan actually has been pretty healthy these last 2 seasons. 2 years ago, he had 1,300 yards receiving with the Chargers.
121 targets, 70 receptions, 744 yards, and 1 touchdown last
year.
Oh, yeah,
one. Okay, so damn, I was way off with the touchdowns, but with the receiving yards.
Wait, how many did I just say?
You said 1 touchdown?
My fault, 7.
There you go. So boom, hit the nail on the head there. So I'm not again. And remind you, this is with Roma Dunze and DJ Moore and Cole Kmet out there in Chicago. So I would definitely bring in Keenan Allen, man. Why not? Get to play his former team twice a year. They just brought back Mike Williams. He's probably like, oh shit, so you gonna bring him back and not me? Like
Mike Williams went back to the Chargers?
Yeah, 1-year deal. Yep, like a $4 to $6 million deal, something like that.
That shit.
Hey, man, I would love it. That would be funny to see Keenan Allen back. But regardless, I do believe that we're going to get a receiver in the draft, period. Whether that's, like we said, the Rickies at UNLV, the Nashes out of San Jose State, one of those type of guys, I think we'll bring in one of those guys in the mid rounds. Alzado says, does Phillips play outside or the slot? Well, maybe I'm tripping here. What Phillips are we talking about?
Wait, do you mean Phillips or are you talking about Christian Ellis?
Alzado, who do you mean? What Phillips are we talking about? Maybe I'm just drawing a blank here.
Fred O'Connell from Milton?
I mean, I would do that all day.
Isn't it a third? Isn't it a third?
That's a problem. Oh, Kyle Phillips. Oh, okay.
Oh.
Well, I mean, I don't even know if Kyle Phillips is going to make this roster, regardless if he's a former UCLA guy or not. I mean, look, Andre James is on the way out. I mean, and Kyle Phillips can give you some additional reps at special teams as well. I got to keep it a buck here, you guys. I think he's like a camp body that's going to come in and help, store Chip Kelly's system, and I think he'll be on the way out. He hasn't been able to stay healthy. I just don't know if he's going to make this roster, to be real. But doesn't he play inside and out? Could have sworn he plays inside and out.
I'm not sure. I thought he was more of an inside guy.
Okay, you could be right. I haven't done a ton of homework on Kyle Phillips. I know that he played for Tennessee. I know he was on a practice squad with Philly last year. And once again, former UCLA guy with Chip Kelly. So salute to Money Man, my guy at 6. Who you going with? I'm not going with Tet at all. That's just me personally. I'm just not doing it. You know what's funny, man? I love that there was somebody on Twitter that literally echoed the same sentiment that I had about McMillan. And I'm going to read this real quick because people think that I hate him or I don't like him. This is not it at all. There's a guy on Twitter named Cody Carpenter. Salute to him. This is exactly how I feel. McMillan is a very good wide receiver. However, he's not a top 10 draft pick, nor should he be viewed that way by the media. It will be a mistake for a team like New England, Vegas, or Jacksonville in their current situations to turn that card in. All 3 of the above can be true without it being considered hate towards McMillan. That's exactly how I feel. That's exactly how I feel. Like the guy. If you trade back in the 20 range and he's still available, I have no problem with the Raiders taking McMillan if need be. I just don't think that there's that. To me, that would be disgusting to take him at 6. And I know people, well, running back though. Look, man, I think personally it's different with Ginty, but I'm not taking McMillan there at 6. So if I had to pick between those two, Money Man, I am going with Ginty 10 times out of 10. Simple and plain. And Dom, I can look at the numbers, brother, but if you want to go by numbers, you want to compare him and Ginty? One is generational, the other's not. If we're just going by numbers. If we want to compare McMillan and Ginty, regardless of the position, I mean, I don't think that it's even a fair comparison. So, LT says, I'm going to keep it a buck. T-Mac is mid. I'm not even here to say that he's mid. I think he can be a really good 1,000-yard receiver at the NFL level. But once again, at 6, I think it's very, very scary to take him there. I just, especially in the current state of our Raiders, we want to run the football a lot. We already have some good receivers on this roster. There's still some available in free agency. I just don't think it's smart to take him at 6. Let me see. He says, seeing the way running backs played this year, all top running backs will be gone in the first round. We better take Ginty. I'm telling you. There you go. Let me see. You know what's funny? I mentioned a guy about T-Mac and Flores. Definitely, right? Definitely. The thing is this. There's a guy out there that was a former high-round pick. Hammer. Florida State. Do you remember, was it Travis Benjamin?
Oh, God.
Do you remember that? And I want to bring up some stuff. I think it was Travis Benjamin. Let me see. Was it Travis Benjamin? No, it was
it Travis or was it Kelvin?
Kelvin Benjamin.
The kid from the kid that played for the Panthers?
That converted to tight end at the end of his Kelvin Benjamin.
Yeah, he actually really ruined a fucking parlay for me and cost me a couple $1,000 years ago. Son of a bitch.
This is what I'm saying. And Wasted was like, wow, on the phone. This is a great that is a great comparison. 6'5", okay? He was 6'5", came into the NFL. You thought that he was just going to be this stud. Went to Carolina, played with I'm drawing a blank here right now.
Was Cam his quarterback?
Cam was his quarterback.
Yeah,
yes.
He killed me on garbage time on a Monday night game. I'll never forget that.
But once again, former first-round pick. He went later in the first, but played for Carolina, played for Buffalo, played for the Chiefs, played for the Giants, was on the practice squad there, but was highly touted coming out of Florida State. 6'5", big body guy. That's what scares me about him. I think that McMillan can be like a Kelvin Benjamin type guy that comes in and has that kind of impact. Honestly, he didn't really do anything at the NFL level. He had 20 touchdowns, 3,000 receiving yards, 3,000 on 209 receptions. Former first-round pick. He reminds me of Kelvin Benjamin. But hey, Salute to that, man. Graphk Hammer. Many ask why Geno's not signed yet. In my opinion, it's purely legal on who owns or who owes him what. Believe the third round was to have Seattle pay the roster incentives on contract. Legally, he's a Raider. Fact. Salute to my guy Nab, man. I just think that
City of Squala.
I just think that the nation is so used to bad shit happening that I think that everybody's overreacting to this. There's no reason to rush this contract. Like at all. Like if there was a problem, you guys, there'd be no way Geno Smith is posting pictures with Raider hats on already. Like he's with a father figure in Pete Carroll. They're going to take care of him. And once again, y'all, this wasn't about money. This was about him wanting to get out of Seattle and play for his former head coach in Pete Carroll. If you guys seen the reports out there, Seattle offered $40 to $45 million. He wanted to leave. It's not about money. He will be the Raiders quarterback this year, and an extension will be done very, very soon.
It's that coaching staff, man. And it's crazy because McDonald was like, that's our quarterback. Yeah. And I said this a couple of weeks ago before I was off. Never trust anybody in the front office and never trust a head coach when they talk about players ever again. After hearing that shit, and then a few weeks later, oh, yeah, they just traded him to the Raiders. I'm like, oh, so much for that being your quarterback. Like, yeah, I don't believe in that shit.
You guys can say whatever you want about it being a bad comparison. I'm going off of the measurables and also, well, the measurables, the position, but also like it's just one's a first round pick, the other's going to be a first round pick as well. Just going off of where these guys will specific. I think that McMillan is like a 15 to 20 range in talent wise. That's what I think. I think it'd be a mistake to take him at 6. Once again, if we traded back in that 15 to 20 range and he was still available and we took him, I wouldn't be mad at all. I wouldn't be pissed. I'm just saying at 6, to me, it makes no sense. If you could pick up an extra second round pick and move back and take McMillan and get your running back there in a second, I have no issue with that.
Con, I'm not concerned at all. Again, like what he has done since he was in Seattle and with Pete Carroll as his head coach, he thrived. I'm not concerned about that right now. And again, this is a guy that's efficient. His completion percentage I went over before. High 60s. Was it last season? Or the one real good season was like 70%? I'm good, man. And again, this is a guy that can throw the ball downfield. He can throw it wherever he needs to throw it. Like, I'm not concerned right now. And we all know, realistically, yeah, they're locking him in for a 3-year extension, what have you. He's a bridge gap, guys. We're probably going to get that future face of the franchise in this draft. And if not,
next year.
Exactly.
Yeah, next. I think next year is actually
it's a better quarterback class next season.
Yeah.
And I'm telling you guys right now, I'm not gonna sit here and be get Arch. No. We play our season out the way we need to play it. We see how we finish. Ultimately, I would be happy just having a solid division record, a positive division record, and maybe sneaking in a wild card. But
Arch may not even declare. I don't think he's going to even declare.
I don't think so either. And I've been saying that. I think it's going to be I think he'll probably declare after 2 years. But like, I'm not going to be that person that's going to sit here and stand on my roof and be like, let's get Arch. No, I'm not doing that shit.
Salute to S. T-Mac is going to project to be better than Mike Williams because of he's more Mike Williams because of all the measurables. I thought you said Mike Evans. I'm like, hold on, what are we doing here? He's faster, but still too high of a pick. Has to drop. Period. End of discussion. I'm with you, bro. Facts, man. Christ, I'm not saying that T-Mac is not shifty. I'm not here to beat up on his game, you guys. I'm a fan of McMillan. There's been many lives where I've said McMillan's a dog. Like he can be a great talent at the next level. He just scares me. He gives me that boom or bust type feel. That's just how I feel about him. And I think if you take him at 6, it can be bad. That's all I'm saying. If we move back and get him, I'm not mad about that. I'm not mad about that. Let's just not get lost here, you guys, in the 40 that he ran in the 6'5" frame. Let's just not get gotta kind of pump the brakes a little bit.
So we are going we're not done for the record. We're not done, guys.
Not at all.
We are gonna we'll talk about that in 2 seconds. We are gonna do a mock draft, but also Graphk, if you're up to it, and I'm kind of putting you on the spot. I'm sorry, bro. Let's do another one of these tomorrow as well. I'm pretty sure. I didn't get to listen long enough this morning, but I have a feeling that Mel Kiper is going to be on ESPN Radio New York tomorrow to talk a little bit more about the draft. I'm going to get a hold of that interview. I'm going to try to cut it up a little bit and throw it in on the soundboard so we can pretty much get an idea of where he stands right now with his latest mock and what it's looking like for these quarterbacks and ultimately what the possible top 5, top 10 in the first round are looking like.
Let's do it. Real quick, salute to Kenny as well. Love you too, bro. But that is a terrible, terrible, terrible comparison. Okay. Y'all said that my Kelvin Benjamin and McMillan, this is terrible. Gene T has never had a problem with his vision. I don't know, Kenny, what you mean by that. I understand that we're still kind of like we have trauma from taking Trent Richardson. Well, we didn't take Trent Richardson. Indianapolis took him. We brought him in and it didn't work, right? But I don't think that's a great comparison at all. Why does he remind you of him? Let me ask you that.
Somebody said he's got to be trolling.
Salute to you, Kenny. I'm not even trying to hear. I'm not trying to disrespect at all. You know what I mean? I want to know where that comparison comes from. Is it because he's a former first round pick and we're kind of afraid to do that? I don't know.
He said Genty equals Priest Holmes plus beast mode. Ooh.
You can get that, man, at 6. Be my guest. He's better. He's a better Christian Watson, in my opinion. Once again, another big body guy out there in Green Bay.
Very interesting.
And AD, what is Green Bay looking for right now? They're looking for a wide receiver 1.
Yeah, because fucking Christian Watson has been often injured in the last couple of years.
Yeah.
He's had a terrible, and look, I feel for the dude because I dealt with it the last 2-3 years that I was playing ball. He's had some serious issues with his hamstrings.
Andy, T-Mac had a higher drop rate than Burden, Luther Burden, Higgins. What's the hype about? He's tall and athletic. That's cool. But we've seen guys like Amik lock down these big guys that can't create separation. Talk, Andy. Talk.
Wait a second. He's giving props to Amik? Who is this guy?
We are in a new world. Hey, Hammer. I know Andy wants to fatherhood changes things.
Leaving this shit alone. All right, guys.
Andy's about to block me right now.
This is the current list as it stands for available free agents. Top of the list is Aaron Rodgers. You got Steph Diggs, which I saw somebody mention him in the chat. I want absolutely nothing to do with Steph Diggs. I'm not dealing with the diva mentality again. Fuck that. Keenan Allen's out there. Von Miller, Amari Cooper, Brandon Cooks, Deontay Johnson, Cam Robinson, Brendan Sheriff, who we spoke about earlier, Tyler Lockett, which a lot of us have said, he's probably going to end up coming here. We shall see. Marcus Williams, Matt Judon. Why would we not take the flyer on Judon?
He's just he's not the same Judon he once was, bro. I watched him out there, in Atlanta, and he's not the same guy. To be honest, bro, there's no reason to bring him in at this point.
You got Joseph Noteboom, Preston Smith, James Bradbury was another guy that we talked about a little bit. Chidobe Awuzie, I'm pretty sure I pronounced that the correct way.
Mm-hmm.
Shaq Masons, Darius Smith, CJ Mosley, we talked about. Trey Lance, ain't nobody taking a flyer on him unless they're incredibly desperate or looking for a backup.
Yeah.
Andre James, we don't miss you. Sorry, not sorry. Charlie Amenhue, Robert Woods. Woods is a guy, I feel like between Woods and Cooks, we seem to have them as a topic of conversation for the last 2 or 3 years.
Hey, they're always free agents or they're always on new teams.
Kendall Fuller?
No.
Stephon Gilmore? No, that ship sailed a long time ago. Jerome Baker, Raekwon Davis, DeMarcus Walker, Rasul Douglas. $11 million is his market value? God damn. Conklin, Tyron Smith, Rayshawn Jenkins, Gerald Everett, David Andrews, Mike Hilton, Mo Alley. Pause.
Now, hold on. What is Hilton's? Is that really $12 million?
Yeah, that's his market value.
Now, for a 31-year-old slot guy, I'm not paying $12 million for Mike Hilton. I think they got to be off though. This is Spot Track, right?
Yeah.
I don't think there's no way Mike Hilton, especially at this point in the game where this is like the third wave of free agency. There's no way Hilton gets 12 million.
No, he's probably going to get, he's like realistically, he's going to get around the ballpark of like somewhere between 6 to, I want to say maybe 9.
Yes.
He's not getting a full 12. Absolutely
not. At all.
It's like, go further down. There's really like nobody that's like stands out like, oh shit, we need to get these guys. Like,
no, not at all. But there's a few guys that still fit what we need. So like, I'm just about positions of need at this point. Hilton makes sense to come in because Darnay Holmes is depth, you guys. Darnay Holmes is not coming back to be the starter there in the nickel. I got to keep it a buck here. I know a lot of people worried. What are we doing? Well, he's 1-year deal, okay, and he provides some depth. And like Hammer said, special teams, right? Yep. So the thing is, you don't want to go into the draft and free agency without at least somebody, a body there that has played the position. Darnay is a guy that comes in on a 1-year inexpensive deal. He's not going to be starter there. And he played some starter reps for us last season, when Nate went down. So, but Hilton is an interesting guy. If that money is down there, like you said, somewhere in that 6 range, I take a flyer on Hilton. 31 years old. He started a ton of football games. Played well for the Bengals last season. I think the reason why he's available still is maybe the asking price and then also the age. So, Hilton is a guy that intrigues me there. If you want to bring him in as a veteran guy that can provide some starting reps there in the slot, I would bring in Hilton. I would. That'd be a guy that if you bring him in now, that's not such a needy position to address there in the draft. And then also, once again, we got guys like Palomau and Chin. These guys can drop into the slot as well and give you some reps there also.
Facts. And I've said that about Palomau for quite some time. Like, that dude is downhill. He's definitely a guy that, depending on the circumstances, depending on the formation, you can keep him out there. If you guys want to go a single high safety, throw him in the box and call his number because that dude will shoot out of a cannon and lay somebody the fuck out. Somebody in the comments just said something about Diggs. No. Dude has been a problem everywhere he's gone over the last few years. I'm not dealing with that shit. We saw that movie with Tay. We've dealt with that shit with AB. I'm not doing that again.
You know what's funny, man? I would usually be on the same boat with you with Stephon Diggs. I think coming in at 31 years old off a torn ACL, I think that he's a lot more humbled. I think that this coaching staff with Chip and Pete, proven winners that have won national titles and Super Bowls. This is a different situation than it was in Buffalo, than it was in Minnesota. These guys are proven. They have proven track records. You have Tom Brady in the building. I would bring in Diggs if the price tag wasn't insane. I would.
You think? All right. So what was the price tag again?
Somewhere in that 12 to 13 range, I believe.
Look, realistically, we saw what some of these other receivers have gotten. Granted, those are top tier receivers.
Not coming off torn ACLs. Like once again, Diggs is dealing with something that Cooper Kupp is not coming off of. And he went and got what? And Seattle had to pay somebody, and they brought him home.
All right. 2 years, two for 24. I'll give you
14 guaranteed.
14, 15 guaranteed.
You could pay that in the first year. And then essentially, if it doesn't work out of it, yeah, I would do that. Now, that'd be interesting to see what he would. But look, at this point, man, coming in with this coaching staff and what we have up top, I'd be okay with that. Salute to C24. Gene T will be the safest pick we can do. We can wait another year for better quarterbacks. I agree. We don't need to panic. Pick a quarterback that doesn't fit for us. Salute to 2-4 with a phenomenal $5 haymaker. Let me catch up on these supers real quick. Also, man, salute to our guy Silver and Facts. Trade back is our best option to fill hope. This is facts. This is in a perfect world. If you don't take Gene T there at 6, or one of those Abdul Carters or Travis Hunters don't fall to you, those blue chip guys, trade back and pick up some additional draft capital and go that route. Salute to Silver and Facts, and also salute to Taino, our brother. Just got in. Happy to see Hammer on. Can I get a summary of what I missed? Salute Raider Nation. We appreciate you on the $20 special. Taino, our brother, as always. Salute to our guy. Always support what we do over here. Just talking about free agency, talking about us bringing in a linebacker in for a visit. Christian Ellis, if you get a chance to run the show back, Taino, you'll kind of get it. We haven't really went crazy yet with the free agency talk, but we're kind of talking about that right now. So stay tuned and run it back if you get a chance to. But there's only a few guys that are left out there that make sense or fit a position of need. I'm kind of just waiting for the Tyler Lockett shit to happen, regardless if we have Trey Tucker on the roster or not. I do believe that Lockett's going to look at the Raiders because of Pete Carroll. Pete Carroll's going to want to bring in a guy that Geno already has camaraderie with and familiarity with. I think that makes sense. And Taino went crazy right now with a 50 fucking Hammer got 50 bombs over Baghdad. Salute to our brother Taino gifting 50 Raider Nation News Today memberships. Appreciate you, Taino, our brother. That means a lot, King. Salute. But Hilton, Tyler Lockett.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not gonna lie. I like Elijah more, but does it make sense? It kind of doesn't. I think Keenan Allen makes sense. He'd be inexpensive. It makes sense. I wouldn't be against bringing in Keenan Allen at this point because it kind of eases the blow of going into the draft and having to take a wide receiver really, really early, even though he's 32, will be 33 years old, I believe, this year. So, Taino, my brother. But, I mean, honestly, who else? I mean, put some names out there. I'm not really looking at anything that's like the sexy, like we have to go get those guys.
Like looking at this list right now, like there's not many to really pick from or be like, oh yeah, we need these guys. Like at this point, let the draft take care of itself. And then we go into camp. Obviously, there's going to be plenty of people that are cut. Maybe there's somebody that's on the cut list to watch out for from the other 31 teams to see maybe this guy will fit whatever side of the ball it is. They're going to fit Chip Kelly's scheme. They're going to fit Patrick Graham / Pete Carroll's scheme. But I feel like, and I haven't done this either, with this new league year, and what are we, 2 weeks in now? Or is it like a week in, whatever?
Mm-hmm.
A week. I would really give our front office a B+ on what they've done.
I agree. You know what's funny, man? You're not going to agree with me here, but I'll say it. We lost Chasen, went to New England on a 5-year deal. Max Crosby is very close with this guy. He's up there in age. We got Kuntz back on a 1-year deal. I would bring in, y'all ain't gonna agree. I'd bring Von Miller in as a rotational guy.
I would. I'm not against that. If it's on the cheap,
yeah,
absolutely. Let him rotate with Kuntz.
Why not?
And if anybody's gonna ask, what do we do about Tyree? Then put Tyree on the interior.
But just move him around a little bit. You know what I mean? Like once again, there's no, we got a new OC, we have a new head coach. They don't really owe anything to Tyree. Previous regime, he has to go out there and fight for live reps.
Mm-hmm.
And I said OC. I'm just defensively. We have Graham, we have Rob Leonard back, right?
Yeah.
But I just mean Pete Carroll. There's no history there. He's from the previous regime, and Tyree got better last season. But honestly, I think Tyree is better as a rotational guy anyway. And I think the Raiders proved that by going out and bringing back Malcolm Kuntz on a 1-year, $12 million deal. I would bring Von Miller in as a guy that you can use on clear passing downs at this point. Real talk, because Tyree, like you said, little bro, can kick in, kick out. You know what I mean? And I would love to see a package out there, that NASCAR, where you have Max, potentially Tyree on the inside with Wilkins and a Von Miller outside. That would be fun to watch on a clear pass. Come on, man. I would love that. Salute to Nav, man. Do you think Roberts will assume the green dot? Keeping in mind, 10-year vet with only 2 teams, never been in 2 linebacker defense. Only reason at this point right now, Nav, if football started tomorrow, he's clearly our green dot. Clearly. Taino says, Hammer, what do the nation in the chat have to do to accept the membership gifting?
I thought it automatically, like, they end up with it, at least for the month. And then if they want to continue, I think they just have to
renew it. They have to renew themselves. Yeah. So, but yeah, I mean, I'm looking at that like potentially as, I can see Von going home, to Denver and retiring where it all started. maybe even going back to the Rams and being a rotational guy with Jared Verse, right? Like go out there and he won a championship out there. I think at this point, he probably wants to go somewhere where he can potentially win another Super Bowl. Mind you, this is one of the only guys right now that can go out there and potentially win 3 Super Bowls with 3 different teams. That's how long Von Miller's been playing. You know what I'm saying? Like he won one with Peyton Manning and won one out there in LA. Like it could happen. And Taino lost his mind again. Another 50 piece. Woo! Woo! My guy is out there losing his mind.
I know I've been away for a minute, but shit.
Yeah, man. Hey, we appreciate it, Taino. Real talk. Salute to all the new members in the building because of our brother Taino. Salute, 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 man. 50-piece special. Zon says, put it on the table, son.
Hey, yo.
Salute to one of the GOATs in here as well, our guy. Put it on the table, son. Salute to all the new members on Hammer's channel, man. That's great. That is great. Salute to my guy, Taino, man, for losing his mind.
Feels good to be back.
Said Taino out there serving them out.
167 on my end. Do me a favor, if you haven't hit that subscribe button, hit it. I know we lost a few while I was away. Let's get back over 10,200, y'all. I appreciate y'all.
Andy says Tyree is buns. No need to factor him in on our game plans. He'll get his reps when the others need a breather, but that's it in my opinion. See, there you go. And that's the real Andy that we missed. That's the real Andy that we missed.
Andy, where the fuck are you, bro?
Salute to our brother Andy in the building, man. Salute. But I mean, honestly, you guys looking at this free agency class, it's nasty. It's better next year. Hold on to some of this money. Same thing with the quarterback class this year. You can essentially get a Will Howard, a Kyle McCord, one of those guys in the mid to later rounds and develop them. But
you can get a Quinn Ewers.
Yeah,
right.
Fuck I'm just saying, man. Salute to Nav, Gifting 10 as well, my dog. This free agency class is low key ass. Slow key buns. So I'm not really excited about any of these guys. Honestly. Salute to Nav, man. Gifting 10 as well. Y'all are losing, y'all. My Hammer, I need to go get my wisdom teeth pulled out and miss 2 weeks of work. Because Hammer, they're losing their mind for Hammer right now. And I love every single second of it. Salute to Nav, man. Yes. One of the GOATs. Zon said, wait, what the fuck? Let's bring up this mock draft. Let's get rolling on the mock.
All right.
Let's move that. Let me get some of these windows. Wipe them feet, y'all. Hit them thumbs up. If you guys are not subscribed yet, what are y'all waiting on? Once again, this is the Big 12 Pro Day, you guys. Wednesday, tomorrow, 9:15, offensive line workout begins. 11:45, defensive line workout begins. 2:15 p.m. a linebacker workout begins. And then Thursday, tight ends, running backs, 9:15. Quarterbacks, wide receivers, 11:45 a.m. And then Friday, we get specialists workout begins. So you'll see some other things out there on Friday as well. So if you guys are in the Dallas area at the Star tomorrow, it is open to the public. Tomorrow is offensive line, defensive line, linebackers. Thursday, running backs, tight ends, quarterbacks. Thursday is the day to go get a chance to go see Shador, go see Jimmy Horn Jr., some of those guys, the Colorado guys. And then you get a chance to see Devin Neal as well, and Kobe Bryant and so on and so forth. So there's a lot of talent out there in the Big 12 with the Pro Day. If you guys get an opportunity, pull up, and let's shoot the shit. I'll be there live trying to cover as much as I can. Salute to Nav, man, becoming a member as well. My dog, appreciate you, brother. Real talk. Nav, man, lost his mind and gifted some shit and then became a member himself. Rodrigo, I'm going to try. I'll try to go live there. Sometimes, man, I try to go live from AT&T, and that was the worst live I ever did in my life.
The service was nervous, yo.
You said, I can't be setting cut. I can do it on Graphk. I don't know what that means, huh, my brother? I can't be.
I don't know.
I don't know what that means. Salute to my brother Zon, though. Yes, and LeJontay will be out there as well, Dan, on Thursday. Facts. All right, let me bring this mock draft up. Let's have some fun here, you guys. We're going to go to Pro Football Network. We'll do 7 rounds. We'll go fast. Bing, bing, enter. Let me get rid of some of these windows here. Boop, boop, boop. Ooh. So I'm going to do the first mock draft here. Hammer, you can do the second one, all right?
Yeah.
So we'll do 2 different mocks. You guys grade us in the chat as well if you can. Salute to Raider Manning. 1 year celeb. Wait, 1 year celeb. Oh, I think he meant member. Greetings from Mexico. Salute to our guy, Raider Manning in the building, my brother, man. He said he can't be his settings because he can do it on Graphk. Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah, no idea how that shit works, bro.
I don't know why it does that, man. Some people can't do it on Waste's channel either. So I don't know, man. I've never had issues with gifting memberships on my channel. I don't know why it does that.
Fuck this, the hat's going off now. Oh, well.
Going to hell. Okay, Zon, keep run your mouth, King. Run your mouth, King. Run your mouth, King.
Mm-hmm.
All right, we're gonna do trades too. I'm taking this. I'm accepting it. And guess what I'm gonna do now? Chicago took Kelvin Banks Jr. there. They got another offensive lineman. I'm taking Gene T here at 12.
It's
And I picked up an extra second round pick. What I'm gonna do is hide this. People may not agree here. We got our running back already. I love a corner. I love Xavier Watts. I'm going to take Luther Burden III here. So you get one of the better wide receivers in this year's class. Back-to-back BPA. I'm rejecting all this stuff. Damn, Campton's still there in the second round. That's crazy. So now I'm looking at Walter Nolan's there as a defensive tackle. I may take a linebacker here, or I may take Trey Amos at corner. Let me go down. Landon Jackson's still available. We got our running back. We got our wide receiver.
keep going.
Jackins is available. I'll fuck around and double dip at running back right now, but I'm not going to do it. Let me see. We got our wide receiver. So what I'm going to do here is I will probably take Nolan, add to that defensive line. I'm looking at offensive line right now. I'm not a big Cam Williams fan. I like Josh Connolly, but I can get a guard. Jonah's there, though. You know what? I'll take Jonah. I'll take Jonah there. I'm going to reject these trades. Now, damn, Juckins is still there in the third. And Henderson. But when you get the best running back in the draft, I don't think you really need to double dip here. Still early. I'll take Nolan, who's still available. Come on, man. Please beat this draft, Hammer. I don't know if it's possible.
You took all right. You know what? Just because you did that, I'm putting a poll in my chat.
Now, Scat is available here. Could you imagine leaving this draft with Scat and Gene T? Could you imagine?
I don't know. I feel like nobody's talking about Scottaboo anymore.
Hey, that's good. Let him drop. Now, we got Jonah, right? A lot of people may not agree here. This is a kid in Jackson Slater who was a dog, bro. He can be one of the ones at the next level. I may take him here out of Sac State. I know people see Sac and they're like, oh, here go Graphk with the biasness. No, he's one of them ones. He is one of them ones. If you want to continue to build up those trenches, he may be a guy. I see Sawyer there. It's not necessarily a need at edge rusher. Scatterboo, you don't really need him there when you got Gene T. So those are like luxury picks to me. Savion Williams is there. You got the big body wide receiver. We already took one, a receiver there in the second round. Those aren't needs. Could we take corner here? Yes, but I'm not going to do that. I'm going to take Jackson Slater. Give me a guard. So now offensive line is addressed with Jonah and Slater. Reject.
Said hide the thing, the chat highlight.
Oh shit, my bad. Boom. Okay, I'll read the supers and stuff here in a second, you guys. Boom. All right. Now I can double dip here in the fifth, or I can take a flyer on a quarterback that I'm not that high on, but we can develop him. I'd probably take Dylan Gabriel here, bro. In the fifth round, he's there. We can use a corner. Sebastian Castro's there at safety. Malachi Moore is there. Tyler, damn, he's still there too, huh?
Seth McLaughlin's there.
See, right. So Rocket's still there. If he's there in the second round, in the next round, I may take him here. But I'm not going to do that. What I'm going to do is
that Nav, man, that's just how it is. It goes to random people that are in the chat, and salute to the 152 we still have in right now.
I'm going to take Gabriel there. And what I'm going to do is hope. Boom. Za's there. Za Frazier, baby. Now this is where I get crazy with the running back position. Devin Neal.
He is still that fucking deep. Jesus. That's scary, bro.
Yep. So now let me look at what my team looks. We got a running back, wide receiver, tackle, defensive tackle, guard, quarterback, corner, running back. Now this is where I can get an edge or I can get another receiver. And I'm going to take a look. Damn, I could have took Marks right there. He's probably one of the best receiving running backs in this year's draft, but it's not a need right there. I may take Wells. I can take Wells there, or I can just go ahead and take Jimmy Horn. And I'm taking Horn. Now I'm going to go to defense, look at linebacker. I'm going to take Woodard.
Yo, I love y'all.
So there we have it. Gene T moved back with Dallas at 12. Got an extra second round pick. Got Luther Burden III there, one of the better wide receivers in this year's class at 37. Got Jonah, the tackle out of Arizona. Got Walter Nolan at 68. There's so much value in this draft. Got Jackson Slater there at 108. Dylan Gabriel at 143. Oregon guy. Maybe Chip Kelly can work with him. He worked wonders with another guy out there named Marcus Mariota. Za Frazier, big body corner, that mid to late round guy that Pete Carroll can develop. Legion of Boom-esque type shit. Devin Neal at 213. So we double dip. We got Gene T and Neal, bro. That is one of the better duos in this year's class. Got Jimmy Horn there at 215. And we got Jackson Woodard out of UNLV, the linebacker, which I think can be a sneaky pickup there at 222. So what do y'all think about that draft? Let me know in the comments section.
No, please give him a grade in the comments section before we do mine.
Salute this silver and black. If I remember correctly, Pete's first draft, he traded back a few times, building the roster through the draft, and the rest was history. I'm excited for his blueprint. Salute to my guy, silver and black mindset. Salute to Nav. When I gift memberships, why does it go out? That's how it goes. That's how it goes. Salute to Nav. So let me see.
How many you got in your chat right now?
On my end, it just says 1,400 on StreamYard, but I don't know on YouTube.
All right. So we're going to do it this way.
Yeah, there's some hate in the comments section. Look, Hammer's getting that I've been gone love. I don't like that shit, Hammer, because they're hating on the kid right now. They're hating on the kid right now.
What is somebody tell somebody in the chat?
Yeah, you are a hater, bro.
Somebody in the chat, tell Graphk what the poll is right now. Who's in lead for the poll before we do my draft?
The hatred for Graphk Raider is on full display today.
And this is what we're gonna have a little fun with this, because we know Graphk is the tomahawk steak of Raider content creators. That's how high my guy is, right? When I finish this mock draft, if you think I had a better mock than my brother above right now, whoever is on Graph's channel has to subscribe to mine immediately. Let's run that bitch up right now.
Hate.
Hold up. Stop screen. We have this. Everybody sees this.
I'm trying to hold on, but I'm just trying to before we get into this draft. How you got a number one running back, you have a number one receiver, you got two guys in the trenches on the offensive side of the ball, with Jonah and Jackson Slay. You got a quarterback. You got a Walter Nolan who shouldn't be there at 68, who can be a starter on that defensive line. You got Devin Neal, Za Frazier, Jimmy Horn Jr. And what are we doing here? This is disgusting.
Are y'all ready?
I am appalled.
Yo, the poll has it. Who's gonna have the better mock draft? 80 for me, 20 for you, bro.
Save some of this hate for Wasted, you guys. Give Wasted this hate. All right, hold on. I move this. Boom.
Let's do this shit the right way, y'all.
I'm not a fan of Dylan either, Steel Cage, but he was there, and I took the best quarterback available there.
Let's see what my offers are first. Yeah, I'm not taking either one.
Yeah, and Silver and Facts, I agree. He was definitely on some pause-worthy shit right there. Yeah.
Carter Ward, I said it. Sanders is going to end up going to the Giants. Membo, Mason Graham. In between a rock and a hard place.
Graham, that's got to be what it is, bro.
Hunter's there. Genty's there. Going Genty. Second round.
I would have took Trav there. So you
it,
you already get an F right here. So
overhaul. I'm taking that shit.
Is that realistic? You get the 2. So you trade back, 7 spots? You get an extra 3rd and a 5th?
Let's see what Dallas did in the first round. That's going to say exactly what they're trying to do here.
Yeah. Hey, Ant, you see how you went to another website, right?
And?
Yeah. Nasty work. Disgusting.
And they took McMillan. That means they're still in desperation for a running back.
Navman, I am older than Hammer. He is a little bro. He just looks older than me.
Wow, y'all is so disrespectful. Milrose there.
Fuck your draft, Hammer. Fuck it.
Trey Harris is there.
We got free, baby. Salute to Wasted.
We talked about offensive line before. Y'all's kick Glaze to the inside.
Boo this man.
That's fine. Is that realistic?
Hammer's going to go get 90 draft picks and get an A.
No, I'm not, because I didn't take anything else. My guy, Alfred Collins. I'd rather shit in my hands than clap. I'm going to take a quarterback. I'm going to take Milrow. Scottaboo, I think, is off the board. Yep. Nope. 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 So we got Genty, we got Connerly, we got Milrow. I'm going to take Savion here. So we got our weapons on offense. I want to. We'll see how this plays out.
Let's have some fun.
Devin Neal is there. I could double up. I'm going to go linebacker because I'm very, very concerned about our linebacking core right now. Another one. Nope. Chase Lunt. No. Sebastian Castro. Let's add depth to the D-line.
It's hard to be quiet while others do mock drafts. I'm just sitting here just
hating. That's what it sounds like. Yeah. I don't want to say this name.
Good old Hancock. Who are you looking at?
Take Jake. Where do I want to go here? Just address the interior. Go edge.
Hey, do not look at any of these grades on the side, okay? Do not get lost in the sauce because of the grades, okay? Grade for yourselves, you guys.
Who had the better mock draft, y'all?
Bro, you skipped on Travis Hunter, dog.
I did, and I took a running back.
That's where I think you kind of fucked yourself right there. Then you took Jalen Milroe in the third round, so he was available in the third.
Yes.
Connerly in the second. So you're kicking Glazed in the guard right there.
Yep.
Okay. Savion, I think that's early for Savion. I like
wasted.
Man, Chris Paul, you know I love Chris Paul Jr. Elijah Roberts. So you take a defensive lineman there at 180.
Mm-hmm.
Good old Jordan Hancock, corner out of. Why'd you take Jake Majors?
Depth.
So, but you were saying that you were going to have Jordan Meredith be the backup too.
Yeah, but we talked about Meredith also be an interchangeable piece. Let Jake Majors be that guy that is a true center and work behind JPJ. Let him be if God forbid JPJ goes down, let Majors be that guy to step up for him.
Andy just sent me his mock draft, you guys. And he said, let's read this. So you guys grade Andy's mock draft real quick after Hammer's disgusting mock draft that he just put up.
I'm putting this shit in the fucking polls again, y'all.
All right, Andy traded back to 19. Okay, took the safety out of South Carolina. I'm not mad about that. If you could trade back to 19, get you a 6'3", 6'4" safety, I'm not mad about that at all. So I'm assuming you're pairing him with Chin out there, and you got your 1-2 punch with Polamalu at third safety. Trey Harris at 37. You had me sold at Trey Harris right here, little bro. Darian Porter, corner out of Iowa State at 53. He got his running back at 57 with Quinshon Judkins, which I like.
Hey, yo.
In the third round, Tate Ratledge, guard out of Georgia. Then he goes and gets the edge that he likes a lot out of Josiah Stewart, the edge out of Michigan, at 84, 108. Double dips at running back and gets DJ Giddens out of Kansas State. I'm excited to watch him tomorrow. 143, Nick Nash, big body wide receiver out of San Jose State, former quarterback, transitioned to a wide receiver. Za Frazier at 180. You guys know we love him. Kobe King, the linebacker at Penn State, 213. 215, Nazir Stackhouse, the defensive tackle out of Georgia. Loved watching him at the Shrine Bowl. And then he took another safety at 222, which is one of his favorite under-the-radar names, Glendon Miller out of Maryland. So that is Andy's mock draft.
69 to 31 in favor of me.
Oh, I wonder why.
Did you see my green run over Connolly truck with the...
You know what? Let me put that same poll on my side of things. Let's see how that works.
Go ahead.
You put it on my channel. Let's see how much love I get.
Yeah. Oh damn! It's dwindling now to 57. 59.
Hate. Now, but let me say this. I think we both had good drafts.
Yeah.
You did get what you got. Technically 4 picks trading back because you got a 2026 pick.
Did I take? Wait, I thought I didn't take it. Did I take it?
Yeah, you took that first one.
No, I thought I X'd it out.
No, you took the first one, then you X'd out the second one.
Okay.
Yeah.
Short-term memory, y'all. I've had concussions. My bad.
Hey, this is facts, CGR. Graphk and Hammer both better than that clown wasted. This is facts. This is just clear cut facts.
Hold on. He's in the building. I'm just.
Oh, is he? Oh, I didn't know that. I didn't even fucking know that.
unceremoniously blocked.
Salute to S. Dot. Hammer, did you see Mike Green run over Connerly? Trucked him at the Senior Bowl practice. I'm lost, bro. Why?
You want to run back another one each?
I thought my draft was kind of cool, man. I'm like, damn, what the fuck just happened, bro? But hey, man, great mock drafts. Salute to everybody here in the building. As always, we still almost have 1,500 people between mine, Hammers, and Twitter. Salute to you guys, man. Make sure you guys wipe them feet, break them thumbs. Also, hit that subscribe button on both channels, you guys. If you are not subscribed yet, Wasted says, you bean-headed bastard. Facts.
Loso said Wasted didn't even do a mock and it was doo-doo.
Yo, the irony. Wasted didn't even do a mock and he's getting mocked all through the goddamn chat. Boo that man. Boo that man. That man took Pierce at 6. Remember? That man took Pierce at 6.
Why?
Pierce at 6.
Why would you want another Pierce in the building?
Hammer won the mock draft. Hammer won.
Seriously, what does your poll say, bro?
I didn't put one up.
Oh, okay.
No, I'll do it after this. Oh, on you put it on YouTube.
Yeah.
Oh shit. Damn, I should have did that.
And now it's fucking close as hell. It's 52-48 right now, bro. Now it's 50-50. Now it went back 52 to yo. This shit is crazy.
Yeah, I love it, bro. I love it. Salute to everybody here in the building, as always. Salute to everybody also that supported our brother Hammer. I want to put that out there. Salute to all the new members, and all that good stuff. He's been gone for a few weeks. Had to get some medical or some dental stuff done. And man, Hammer's been out there grinding, ripping and running in real life. So salute to everybody that supported our brother over there. That means a lot, man. Real talk. That truly means a lot to all of us over here at Shieldmore. Salute to that, man. I think vitally important to trade back some for 2026 first would be greatly helpful on continued build next year, because we will not be at 6 next year. It'd be great, Nav, if we could find a way to get a future first, but I don't know how that will work.
Yeah, Esther said, I can't lie. Y'all pick players like shooting craps.
S. Dot, if you were doing this, you would have took literally an offensive lineman every fucking round. 500-pound lineman, round 1 through 7. Literally, tackle, center, all that shit. We know how you operate, King. We know how you operate. Dancing Wasted got that gout painkillers again. Burnt. Salute to Nav, man. My guy, man. Anything you want to say on the way out, bro?
Yeah, I appreciate each and every single one of y'all, man. Taino, Nav, man, all those that were gifting memberships, those with the super chats. Yeah, it has sucked these last few weeks not being on here. I was really upset that I missed the new league year last week. Like, that's one thing for the last few years. It's been a huge thing to be on during the off season, and we really are the only ones that are really on during that time frame. And it sucked to be away, but again, the love that you guys sent out, the best wishes and everything, I appreciate each and every single one of y'all, man. Let's continue to grow this channel. Let's get to 15K as quickly as possible, man. Shit is only going to go up from here. Thank you guys from the bottom of my heart again.
There you go, man. Salute once again, everybody here in the building. Also, I'm going to say this again. I know I said it a million times today. And salute to Taino gifted another $20 to Hammer's channel. That means a lot, bro. Glad to see Hammer back. Dick reduction surgery. That is disgusting, nasty, filthy fucking work from Taino. Big pause. I got to take that shit off the screen. That is disgusting.
Hey, no Diddy, man. No Diddy.
Oh, my God, Taino. Hey, Wasted, keep that cup. Keep that cup that Taino made for me. Keep it there. I don't want it anymore. It's nasty. I don't know what he did to that cup. I don't know. He could have dunked his dick in it, bro. I don't know what the hell Taino got going on. You disgusting, filthy whore out there in New Jersey. You disgusting tramp. Wasted. Keep that shit. Keep it out there. Keep it out there.
Yo,
Salute
Graphk,
once
you
again.
mock draft, bro.
Huh?
53%. You won the mock draft, bro.
I want it.
You won it.
Holla, City of Squala. Motherfucker.
Squala, city of squala.
52-47. God damn.
Nah, salute to everybody that voted, regardless of anything. He said hammer drank out of his cup. Yo, why do you think Taino gifted 900 memberships, bro? He knows. He knows. He knows. Yo, I'm just fucking with you. Now, once again, man, salute to everybody. And if you guys are, again, in the Dallas area tomorrow and Thursday, the Big 12 Pro Day, you guys, it's going on all day from like 8 a.m. to like 5 p.m. Pull up to the Star in Frisco, Texas. Come kick it with your boy, man. I'm going to go out there and get a bunch of content these next 2 or 3 days. I would love to see all my local people out here in the Dallas area pull up, get you guys on cameras, talk to you guys about free agency, get your grades and all that good stuff. If you guys can, pull up to the Star tomorrow. I will be there Wednesday and Thursday all day. As once again, Shador's throwing the football. Devin Neal's going to be out there working out. There's going to be a ton of talent out there. So stay tuned as always. You got anything once again to say on the way out?
Continue to stay safe. Most importantly, be kind to one another. COVID or not, you should always remember to wash your hands and your asses. And as always, win, lose, or tie. Raider Nation till I die. Till next time, y'all. And of course, as always, on my New York. Shh. And oh yeah, that part too.
When I leave, come together like butt chew.
And salute to Nabman on the way out. These folks in the chat are the dogs. Much love. Salute to my guy, Nabman, Taino, all our guys that lost their mind today in the building. And as always, love. Appreciate all you guys. We will be back tomorrow. So stay tuned. And if anything else happens today, we'll be back to cover it. Love y'all. Appreciate y'all. Wow.
That's what I'm talking about.